Hey guys, Wednesday, June 11th, 2025. Let's see what the US dollar is up to. Looking at this chart, you see that we have a point of control on the monthly 10-year data, 97, line in the sand right there. So keep an eye on that if you're trading the dollar. On the weekly, we got a nice value area low around 97.66. And it's just been chopping around here, very quiet, but I think something is cooking. That's why I'm always watching the dollar to get an idea of how to trade the other inverse, either currencies, metals. And looking at our 3-month, you can see that our value area low remains 98.59 with a line in the sand, which is point of control at 99.61. Value area high is around 102. So this is the range we in right now. This is the line in the sand in regards to volume. It's a little weaker right here, but once it gets above there, high probability to test this and maybe kiss the value area high. Looking at our simple glance, you can see that on all time frames, monthly, weekly, and daily, we are below the Kumo cloud. That means very, very bearish. And the MACD is negative, on the weekly is positive, and on the daily is positive. You're kind of holding this pivot here around 97, very close to the linear regression channel. You can see a point of control right here around 96. But the trend is down, path of least resistance is down. You got a value area low around 97. MACD is positive, sentiment is negative, and on the daily sentiment is kind of positive with the monthly. Now, when you look at the daily, you can see that the trend is down below the 20, the 50, but just kind of quiet. Heikin-Ashi candles are positive, but you need to break either below 98.86 or break above 99.25. If we break above 99.25, we're going to kiss the 20, and if it pushes higher, definitely going to test the 50. So it's in that holding pattern, waiting for either to break above, break down, or continue going sideways. So you don't want to trade when it's going like this. You want to trade it when it starts doing this or when it starts doing that. In the meantime, gold is on hold, silver's on hold. The only one moving right now is platinum. Palladium is a little bit on hold. I think platinum did a high of 1274, so it's still pushing higher. Copper is selling off, so in regards to the metals. And then the currencies, euro, the inverse of the dollar, they're kind of like in the holding pattern here to see what the dollar is gonna, do. Looking at our geometry, you can see that it found support here at the 50%. And it's kind of chopping around here on the 75%. So I got two. I got the APF regular and the modified APF. And just to see what's going to happen here. Looking at our retracement, you can see that we got a 50% all the way down here around 95.85. And for those that follow Elliott wave theory, this is your wave 5. That 110, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's a 5 coming, and it's a projected target of 94.50. So whatever happens this week, next month, if there's some pressure to the downside, that's a wave 5 projection target. Once we get down there, then assess if it's going to turn or not, or continue pushing lower. Stokes are very oversold, not giving us the super oversold signal. We had it here and we got this pop, but it hasn't happened here yet. But just remember 94.50, according to the Elliott wave theory, very close here to the 50%. And lastly, look at our channels. You can see that we are now in this channel right here that's kind of going down with the midpoint, and we're kind of holding that. If it does bounce from here, I'll probably have a target right there at the 50%. Let's look at our midpoint chart. This is one of my favorite charts so far. It's below the midpoint of the year. So yearly is negative. We're holding this quadrant right here. You can see it's bouncing off 98.06. If this doesn't hold, it's going to put pressure and it's going to go to 95, around 95, 94, very close to the wave 5. However, on the weekly, the mobiles are getting positive, waves are getting positive, so it looks like maybe there's some kind of pressure. So maybe we might not get our wave 5, but if it does pop for whatever reason, there's already clues that it's starting to build this pressure. It's not the squeeze play, but it's showing you the wave momentum, and the mobiles are starting to get positive. But we have to close above 100 in regards to price action in order to get any momentum to the upside. And that's on the weekly chart. On the daily, using monthly pivots, we're just chopping around this low right here of last month. Yep. 97, 98.76. That was this candle right here. This is where we're oscillating. And the mobiles and the waves are very, very quiet. As you can see that it's not really moving. It's like consolidating here. So somebody's building a position. And once it's ready to go, it's either going to rip down or continue here until one of these two. Sideways is just quiet. But if it's going to rip or reverse and sell off, that's where you want to trade. Right here, you just watch. And on the 4-hour, going a little more fractal for this week, this is support, 98.96. If this cracks, obviously you're going to hit the 25%, which is 98.64, and then the low of this week, which is 98.35. And you can see that it's also quiet here. It's hugging the 0 line. So it's very, very quiet. So it's like the dollar's waiting for something to happen. So just keep on watch with the news and all that, and the Fed and everything, and anything that could affect the dollar. And on the hourly, we're just kind of chopping here, trying to hold. It's just chop, man. It's just super chop. But this is the line in the sand if you wanted to trade it. 99.12. Anything above it, bullish. Anything below it, bearish. I think that's it. I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the US dollar.